of males, that is your prostate gland. Now children, in the structure of the male reproductive system, you have seen that beneath the urinary bladder, prostate gland is located. So today we are going to discuss about that prostate gland only. Now it is located below the urinary bladder. So children, it is an unpaired structure, and this prostate gland is made up of 5 lobes. It is unpaired in structure, but it is made up of 5 lobes. Lobes means small junctions are there, small pocket-like structures are there, very small lobes are there. So it is an unpaired and made up of 5 lobes. Now children, each lobe of this prostate gland opens into prostatic urethra. Hope you remember what is prostatic urethra. When we were discussing about the urethra, I have told you all that your urethra is made up of 3 parts. That is your prostatic urethra, membranous urethra, and your pineal urethra. So the first one was prostatic urethra, which was located in the prostatic gland area. So children, these lobes, 5 lobes of this prostate gland opens into the same prostatic urethra with a very fine openings, with a very fine apertures. So they are opening into prostatic urethra. Now the secretion of this prostate gland is called as prostatic fluid, as the secretion of seminal vesicles was called as seminal fluid. Similarly, here also your secretion of prostate gland is called as prostatic fluid. Now, this prostatic fluid is milky, they are sticky, or they are jelly-like structures. Prostatic fluid is a concentrated structure, it's not very freely liquid-like. So they are milky, the color is milky, and they are sticky like structure. Now children, this prostatic gland, it makes about 20% of semen. Seminal vesicle was forming 70% of semen, and this prostatic gland is forming 20% of semen. This prostatic fluid helps in sperm activation. What do you mean by sperm activation? Sperm activation means movement. Everything we will be talking for the mobility of the sperm. That how actively the sperms can move, or it can pass through the male reproductive tract. So this prostatic gland is helping in the sperm activation. Now children, this prostatic fluid is slightly acidic in nature, having pH of 6.5. So children, the prostatic gland fluid is made up of citric acid, calcium, phosphate, proteolytic enzymes like fibrinolysin and fibrinogenase. Children, I told you all that the pH value of the prostatic fluid is 6.5. It is slightly acidic. It is acidic because of presence of citric acid. Now, next, your proteolytic enzymes like fibrinolysin and fibrinogenase is present. I told you that your seminal vesicles, and there some enzymes were clotting proteins were present, which was helping in clotting the semen. So that function is performed by this fibrinolysin and fibrinogenase. They help in clotting the semen for a while. Now, secretion of prostatic glands combined with secretion of seminal vesicles. Now children, from the seminal vesicle, semen is flowing down into the flowing down through the ejaculatory duct, and it is coming to the urinogenital duct. But before that, it has to pass through the prostatic gland. So from here, the semen from the seminal vesicle is coming, and this semen combines with the prostatic fluid flowing out, secreted out from the prostatic gland. So now the semen is a mixture of a fluid of seminal vesicle and prostatic fluid. fluid. So from both the glands the fluid has mixed into the sperms. So now the semen is a combination of prostatic fluid and seminal vesicle. As a result, semen coagulates. Now, after the combination of seminal fluid with the prostatic gland, the semen starts coagulating. I told you that there are two proteolytic enzymes which are helping in coagulating, and why they are coagulating? So that the semen can conserve energy, to save energy. So for that, here what happens, when the prostatic fluid is mixing up with the semen, then your mobility of the sperms reduces, and because of this reduction, energy is conserved. And how is energy conserved? Because of the coagulation of the semen. And after coagulation, this fibrinogenase is there, which will be helping in coagulating, and fibrinolysin is there, which will liquefy the coagulated sperm. The sperms which has coagulated, the semen which has coagulated, and now they are not able to freely move. So this fibrinolysin proteolytic enzyme will come and it will liquefy, it will remove the coagulation from there, and again the sperms can be, again the semen can be freely move, can start their free movement into the male reproductive system. I'll repeat again, children, that your prostatic gland secretion and the semen coming from seminal vesicle, they both combines with each other in the prostatic urethral region. Now there, after combination, the semen gets coagulated, the semen gets clotted, and as a function of fibrogenase and proteolytic enzyme. Then as a result of which the mobility of the sperm will reduce. And why the mobility is reducing? To conserve energy. And again after conserving energy, again after gaining energy, fibrinolysin proteolytic enzyme will act. They act on the clotted, coagulated semen, and the sperms will again restart their free movement. Hope this prostatic gland is clear to you all. Thank you.